All rise. Please be seated. Calling the case of Alberto Sunio versus the National Labor Relations Commission. Are the both sides ready?
Ready for petition, Your Honor.
Ready for the defense, Your Honor. Please make the jury swear.
Asking the jury to please stand up and raise their right hand. Do each of you swear that you will fairly try the case before this court and that you will retain a true verdict according to the evidence and instruction of the court? So help you God.
Aye.
Please be seated.
Please proceed.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my client, Mr. Alberto Sunio, hereby appeal to this court for the revision of the prior decision of NLRC 2nd Division Resolution dated March 24, 1981, as well as the writ of execution dated July 14, 1981, for 156,720 pesos and 80 centavos, representing back wages. The evidence as I present will prove that my client is not liable for any of those obligations.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the NLRC will stand still in its decision regarding the complaints of the petitioner. The evidence I present will affirm this decision and prove that the NLRC is right with its jurisdiction. Petition.
Your Honor, I'm calling the President and General Manager of Ilocos Commercial Corporation, Mr. Alberto Sunio.
Mr. Alberto Sunio, please raise your right hand. Do you promise that the testimony you shall give in the case before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and the nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please state your full name for the court.
Alberto Sunio.
Please be seated.
Are you the same Alberto Sunio who appealed at the NLRC 2nd Division?
Yes.
What exactly do you appeal at NLRC 2nd Division?
I appeal for the reconsideration of the Assistant Regional Director's decision for the reinstatement of some who filed complaint against me and the ICC to their former position and to pay their back wages.
Did the NLRC consider it?
No.
Reason?
According to NLRC, lack of merit, ma'am.
Can you identify who are these complainants you are referring to?
Yes.
Can you tell the court who they are?
They are the former employees of the ice plant. When Embraco CIPI was the former owner of the said plant.
When exactly do you take the full ownership of the ice plant?
February 1, 1978.
When did these former employees get fired?
As I can remember, they got fired July 30, 1973.
Do you know what is the reason why they get terminated?
Embraco CIPI sold the ice plant to RDFC.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor. I have no further query.
Please proceed. At this time, Your Honor.
The witness is excused.
Back in 1973, the M. Ramos and Company and Cabugao Ice Plant Incorporated faced the biggest problem of the company.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. President, is ready.
Good morning, everyone.
Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
So, I'm sorry to say that our sales for the past 2 years have been continuously decreasing since
So, any solution you want to raise?
we can continue this company with yearly decreasing of sales.
What should we do now, Mr. President?
I think the resolution that we can take is by selling our RDFC to save our discount.
Sell the ice plant? I am with Mr. President. What?
That's the best thing that we can do. Take it or let this company go to hell. Secretary, go to the president of RDFC and schedule a meeting.
Okay, sir, noted.
After the meeting of the board members with the president, they decided to contact the RDFC to propose the selling of their ice plant rather than filing a bankruptcy and losing the company.
Hello, Mr. Ramos. Please have a take a seat. What brought you here, Mr. Ramos?
I am here now because our company is facing a problem. With decreasing sales for the past years. So now, I am proposing to you the selling of our ice cream.
Okay, I take it to consideration, Mr. Ramos. Thank you.
After Mr. Nilo Villanueva reviews the files of the ice plant that Mr. M. Ramos is selling, he thought of taking the ice plant with mortgage. With that in mind, he then came to the corporation of Mr. M. Ramos to pay and take the ice plant.
Good morning, everyone. Here with us today with the new buyer and the new owners of Iceland, Mr. RDFC's president.
Thank you, Mr. Ramos. Your problem now is safe, and the ice plant is in good hands now.
In behalf of my board members, congratulations.
By the virtue of that sale, Emraco CIPI terminated the services of all their employees and paid them their separation pay. RDFC hired its own employees and operate the plant. Months thereafter, RDFC sold the ice plant to petitioner Ilocos Commercial Corporation, headed by its president and general manager, petitioner Alberto Sunio. Petitioner also hired their employees as private respondents were no longer in the plant. The sale was subject to the mortgage in favor of Emraco CIPI. Both RDFC ICC failed to pay the balance of the purchase price. Subsequently, Emraco CIPI instituted extrajudicial foreclosure proceedings. The properties were sold at public auction and the highest bidder being Emraco CIPI. Then, Emraco CIPI sold the ice plant to Nilo Villanueva. Subject to right of redemption of RDFC, Nilo rehired then private respondents. RDFC redeemed the ice plant and Emraco CIPI, unable to turn over possession onto RDFC, which made the latter file a recovery of possession against Emraco CIPI with CFI. CFI ordered placing RDFC in possession of the ice plant. Emraco CIPI appealed to CA, which denied the petition for lack of merit. RDFC and petitioners finally obtained possession of the ice plant, which also ordered the defendants or any person found in the premises to vacate and surrender the property in litigation. Petitioner did not re-employ private respondent. As the account executive of the company, Victoria leads the project team who were assigned to take over one of the biggest projects under Sweet Lines.
Sir,
Oh, good afternoon. Have a seat. What's that?
This is the report of the project my team completed.
Oh, I heard about it. The client asked for a meeting and we were impressed for the outcome of our project. And they even promised to give us the next project.
That's great. Thank you, sir.
No, thank you for your leadership and hard work. With that, the executive have decided to leave a company car and incentive to help you for your next project. So, these incentives and company car. So, thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Welcome.
Because of the crisis, the corporation decided to fire Victoria Salcedo and her team.
Good afternoon, sir.
Oh, good afternoon. Have a seat.
Thank you, sir.
With the unjustified firing of Victoria and her team, private respondents filed a complaint against petitioner for illegal dismissal.
Order in the court. This court stands adjourned for the verdict of the jury.
You may be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you are the judges of the facts in this case. You are to determine what the facts are by understanding the evidence of each witness. You must also decide which party's version of the events, the plaintiff's or the defendant's, is more probable than the other. Your verdict does not have to be anonymous. Any three jurors can agree on a verdict.
I now ask that we start our deliberations. Has the jury reached a verdict?
They have, Your Honor. Madam Foreperson, have you reached a verdict?
Yes, we have.
Do you find the petitioner, Alberto Sunio, liable or not liable for the injuries sustained by defendants?
We find the plaintiff's NLRC petition not valid with lack of merit and held him liable for the injuries sustained by the defendant and ordered him to pay the defendant 156,720 pesos amount of money.
Or we find the plaintiff's Alberto Sunio petition valid and supported with evidence and held him not liable in negligence for the injuries sustained by the defendant.
The plaintiff's petition is valid and supported with evidence, and therefore, he is hereby held not liable in negligence for the injuries sustained by the defendant. The case is hereby dismissed. The plaintiff shall pay the defendant's legal costs. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we thank you for acting as jurors in this matter. Both society and the law benefit from your contribution. In return, I hope you have found it to be an interesting and rewarding experience. This court stands adjourned. Order in the
The decision made by the court is that there appears to be no evidence on record that he acted maliciously or in bad faith in terminating the services of private respondents. His acts, therefore, was within the scope of his authority and was a corporate act. And based on the corporation law, a stockholder or officer of a corporation cannot be held liable for damages on account of termination of services of the corporation's employees. That's why Petitioner Sunio, therefore, should not have been made personally answerable for the payment of private respondents' back salaries.